Anyway, hi. Hello, everyone. Hope everyone's having a fantastic
Hello.
morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where you are. We're doing more Code Realize. And I just want to point out to everyone, I showed 1010 this, but so you see this load thing? No's in all caps and yes is not in all caps.
Why would
Oh.
you say that?
It's like, no!
Wow, what's wrong with you?
Listen, I saw it today. I just was blessed with this information. I had to share it with everyone.
Well,
Come on.
you cursed me.
Yeah,
so-
I mean, you're welcome. I don't know if this is on the PS4 version or not, but it's definitely on the Switch version. But yeah, anyway, with that glorious piece of information, hi, my name is Nur. I voice Adrak as well as handling most of the narration.
My name is Tenton Arsene, and I voice Arsene Lupin, Delacroix II, the Assailant, and London. That was my cousin,
I'm Mach, and I voice Saint Germain, Leonhard, Sherlock Holmes. Oh no, Herlock Sholmes, and Van Helsing.
My name is Moji, and I will be voicing Victor Frankenstein, Nemo, Alistair, and Cece.
And I'm Brevi, and I voice Impy Barbicane, Finis, the Queen, and Omnibus.
Okay, so remember how last week when I forgot to do the summary? Guess what happened
Yay.
again, boys?
Before Gore?
Guess, huh?
Before Gore?
Yeah.
Oh,
Exactly. That's what happened in my brain. Instead of doing anything. Hi. Hi,
Thomas
Thomas.
is here to help.
Hi. So yeah, I'm just gonna try and remember it instead of going by a thing in front of me. So last time, we investigated a murder house where everyone was murdered because Azoth had struck again, and we're investigating the murder house. And
Azoth, more like asshole.
yeah.
Ooh.
Oh,
Ah.
very hard burn. Then we met up with Herlock Sholmes, who I completely forgot was there. And then we went and saw this one vampire was going crazy trying to murder a dude who also ran into the sewers and probably smells like shit right now. And and
Not tasty.
yeah, also Alistair was there, and now we're here. Anyway, that's the summary, I guess.
Here we go!
That was great.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Anyway, as the sun is about to set in the skies to the west, we arrive once again at Sholmes' detective office. The door opens before we can knock.
Oh, isn't this a pleasant surprise? Did you need something from me?
We're here to ask if you've made any progress in the Azoth case.
That. You've come at just the right time, then. There's about to be some progress now. As we have found the suspects, which are you.
Oh.
That's if this was an Ace Attorney game.
Oh, yeah.
This is how it goes as a Code Realize game.
Mm-hmm.
About to be progress. Would you care to explain that? Oh, time's a wasted. Let's walk and talk. I really should have realized this much sooner.
Sholmes begins walking away at a brisk pace.
You said the other day that Azoth was in reality an alias used by Finis. I decided to look through the Azoth crimes as well as other similar violent incidents from the past through that perspective. I found that a number of Finis' political rivals were involved in these cases too, many to be ignored statistically. So Finis is behind them after all. Perhaps there is another person who wants us to believe that.
Oh, wait, what?
Where are we going?
Where the
For
hell
one
did
second, I thought Van Helsing de-aged.
Where the hell did you come from?
The thing is, Finis's greatest political foe remains alive and untouched.
I'm just imagining he just fucking crawled out of the sewers and we're just accepting that he's there.
The central figure opposing Finis in the House of Lords, who argued against Isaac's ideas and even objected to the vampire wall.
Oh.
Marcus Renfield.
Just crawls into the sewer again. Sholmes nods at Van Helsing's outburst. Do you know him, Van Helsing?
He is a famous man. It's said not even Queen Victoria, rest her soul, can ignore this man's words without consideration.
The queen's
Like,
dead.
rest it so it doesn't talk to the people anymore. I've already heard about the declaration of war delivered to Buckingham Palace. It would seem as if Azoth is enjoying these events, as if he's watching a play unfold on stage like Mario 3.
Oh.
If he aims to push the entirety of the government into complete chaos, there's no better time for it than after that attack.
Then Marquis Renfield is...
He may be in a predicament of his own, even as we speak.
Oh, I see. So there are humans who are actually against the vampire war. I hope he is safe, question mark?
Humans want to play me tribute.
Tribute.
Like Sholmes said, we'd best hurry.
These chips are pretty good.
We
You
follow
steal men's chips!
we follow Sholmes' lead and rush to central London.
That's his mansion.
Sholmes, that's a bush.
I can't see it.
He speaks for the trees.
I pull myself together. Who wants to scream?
Ah!
Suddenly we hear a scream from within the trees.
This isn't good. The trees are screaming. We may be too late.
Wait. Up there.
Are you just trying to get me say up? Oh!
There's sound of glass shattering, and a figure leaps out from the third floor to the ground. Upon landing, the person starts running without missing a beat.
Incredible. He wasn't hurt at all by a fall from that height. Either way, I'll investigate. You all chase that man. No need to tell me. I have no intention of letting him go.
Van Helsing begins running, and we chase after him. We're closing in on Azoth's true identity by the minute. I feel certain of this. But at the same time, it feels like Van Helsing is running straight into a trap that can't be undone. This scares me. I don't say anything, though, but it's obviously a trap. The sun sets completely as I follow his footsteps, and we return once more to Midtown. I can't find any traces left behind by the person who fled the mansion, but Van Helsing picks up on the faintest tracks.
He's maintaining a consistent speed. It's almost as if he wants us to chase him.
So this is a trap card.
Yeah, would have used a spell card here, but so it would seem.
I suddenly feel my hackles. What is that supposed to be? What is that typo for?
Eagles.
I suddenly feel my hackles rise. Two Twilight soldiers and swords appear.
The cockles.
I think that's
Dela-
right.
Oh shit.
I don't fucking know that word.
Delacroix.
Hackles on the back of your neck.
Oh.
Oh shit. That's for when you hack.
That's where
Dela-
Aaron Yeager hacks.
Oh,
shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah, I gotta have some
Only the
titans.
cattle. No, we are the hunters. Delacroix. Looks like you were right.
Left. I mean, there are only two of them. No matter how well trained they are, no human is a match for me.
They got garlic.
Yay!
You You
A
hate
sharp
garlic bread.
A sharp blade slices towards Deli, and he barely twists aside
Oh,
to
I
avoid
dodged
it.
it.
Yeah.
I see.
Ah. Annoying pawns.
Van Helsing fires his gun without hesitation, but amazingly the soldiers avoid his shots.
I see. Their hidden strength.
They are hidden strength.
Oh, fuck.
No. They're not. Those weren't the movements of human physiques. They're my people. Vampires.
Vampires? Then they're the same as Nuntut?
Oh.
Grr.
I hear a growl. There doesn't appear to be a single spark of sanity left in him.
This does not spark sanity.
You too. I'll go after Azoth on my own. You both should try to join up with Lupin's group.
Wait, we should all retreat together. This is Azoth's trap for us.
Probably. So what? If this is his trap, I'll rip Azoth's throat out. Trap and all, and heckles.
And his hackles?
Yeah.
Van Helsing aims his gun at one of the soldiers, his eyes filled with rage. However, an unexpected voice calls out.
Is that Finis?
It can be one of two people. I don't fucking know.
We'll just go with Venice.
Yeah, hi Finis.
There's no need for that. Abraham Van Helsing. The one you seek is right here.
A small figure
Oh.
appears behind the soldiers. Looks like we are correct.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. It's Veneer.
Venia?
Venia? A light breeze blows by and the clouds reveal enough of the moon to illuminate the scene. It's a fairy.
Oh, shit.
Excuse you.
Finis? The name tumbles from my mouth. Falls on the ground. Splats.
Oh, shit.
Do you want to pick that up or?
No, I'm leaving it there.
That's disgusting, sister. We meet again anyway. Dramatic reunions are always wonderful, no matter how many times you experience them.
Immortal. The possibility had come up many times, but when faced with the actuality of it, the eeriness and discomfort are more than I can bear. The doll-like face, almost perfectly still and flawless in the moonlight. It's exactly the same as the Finis who had died in the laboratory. There's no way it could have been a double. There's no question. Finis is Azoth.
Van Helsing, you're so persistent. What drives you? Revenge born from anger or fear to keep you going? Whatever the case, you can keep doing what you're doing to your heart's content. I have my own business to attend to. I'm merely here to provide some encouragement to all you hard workers. I'll see you later.
Finis laughs as he turns away. Okay. I try and call out to him.
Haha!
And freeze at the gunshot that goes off from beside me.
Finis.
Grr.
Can't believe they got dogs working for him.
Van Helsing's shot doesn't reach his target. Instead, one of the Twilight soldiers blocks it, standing before us like a wall. Finis looks around with an amused smirk, as if noticing the situation for the first time.
What's this? How strange. These vampires protect me so faithfully. Ah, I see. That's how they're wired.
Wired? What are you talking about?
Fortunately, my time for playing with you is up. These blokes will stick around. Bye again.
He waves, then turns his back to us and disappears into the darkness. Kingdom Hearts.
Finis!
The Twilight soldiers move to block Van Helsing as he runs after Finis. Van Helsing, watch out! A soldier's rapier strikes his arm and a blood stain blossoms on his shoulder.
Oh.
But he continues running without stopping. It's as if he doesn't register anything except for Finis. Deli runs ahead of the Twilight soldiers who have turned to pursue to Van Helsing and blocks their way.
My brothers, I'll take care of you. I'm a successor to the throne of Nosferatu. I am prepared to give my life for those of my subjects. In the name of my father, the great King Delacroix, I will eat a potato chip.
Oh shit.
You'll
I
take
will save you
you'll take a potato chip.
and eat it.
Oh my god.
Deli takes an aggressive stance, and the vampires in Twilight uniforms seem to shift their focus from Van Helsing to him. Hey, Deli? Can you share?
Yeah. No,
Oh,
they're too spicy for you.
okay. Deli is strong after all, but I've
I
seen
can withstand this spice.
I can't. I've seen firsthand how frightening hidden strength can be, and how strong vampires are under its influence.
Adrak, listen closely.
Deli speaks calmly, as if coaxing me through my internal struggle.
I'll take over here. You can't leave that man alone. He's in the same state I was before. He's so caught up in revenge that he's about to lose himself in the darkness. No matter what happens to him, you must be his light and guide him. Jesus Christ, that was cheesy.
Out of Kingdom Hearts?
Just like you were the single ray of light for me.
Me? Your light? Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah.
He barely dodges the blades that attack him from both sides and grabs the vampire's arm, stopping them.
What are you waiting for? Van Helsing needs you.
Okay, so what are we gonna do? Are we gonna chase after Van Helsing or remain here? So if you make the channel point redeem, you can choose whether we do one or the other.
For now, I'll be here waiting, eating my potato chips.
And eating them?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm eating them right now.
Oh my.
But I also have my die.
You have your what? Oh yeah, your die.
Yeah.
It's like realistically like D&D right now.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Chase after Van Helsing.
We're chasing after Van Helsing. Alright. Alright. I'm sorry, Deli. Deli manages to smile even while straining to hold back both soldiers at once.
Courage is the magic
Courage
that
is
turns
the magic
dreams
that
into
turns
reality.
dreams into reality.
Whoa.
There's no need for apologies. That man may be the target for my revenge, but he also saved my life.
Promise me you'll join us later and talk to me more about how courage is the magic that turns dreams into reality.
Dormant vow number 783.
Goodness and love will always win.
Yes! Ha! That's a given. If I don't return to the mansion, Cece will be lonely.
I give
Bark,
Deli
bark.
I give Deli a determined nod. He can speak dog now and take off after Van Helsing. I run after Van Helsing.
Oh, I'm so zoomed in.
Following him is easy. I just follow the zoom in lines. The blood dripping from his wound also dots the street, creating a path.
Oh man, it's such a fucking mess.
I know. I can't let Van Helsing confront Finis by himself. I feel this more and more strongly. I run as fast as I can, and soon I find Van Helsing pointing his gun at Finis.
That was easy.
I know, I was following the blur lines, come on. I've seen this twice before. First on the train. The second time in the laboratory, in that room filled with failed attempts at me. And now again. The two looking at one another as if silently communicating their thoughts to each other.
Hey, Drac. You came after me? Just stay right there. This will be over quickly.
Van Helsing.
Hello, sister. Look at this situation we're in. Honestly, what do you think? He dropped everything to chase me. Isn't his attachment to me positively cringe-inducing? That's really fucking cringe, bro.
Silence ratio. Finis, you're Azoth.
Plus
You're
L.
not cringe.
Get ratioed, bitch. Van
Let him
Helsing.
cook.
Van Helsing walks closer to Finis, his gun forward. He is tense and looks like he might pull the trigger at any moment. Finis, on the other hand, seems quite calm and doesn't show a hint of discomfort even in these cringe circumstances.
Azoth? Ah, the ringleader of that series of incidents. He does intrigue me, but nothing more.
He speaks as if he's not Azoth at all. Finis, aren't you behind this?
Who can say?
Yes or no question, brother. Yes or no?
I know.
Okay.
At least, I do consider this a favorable situation. What's about to begin should be a nice simulation for the new world that I'm planning.
What? Finis's words cause a slew of questions to bubble up in my mind. A new world? Simulation? Finis is not Azoth? If I can trust him, it would mean that someone else is the leader behind these horrible crimes. Answer me, Finis. Are you Azoth? Finis doesn't respond and simply smiles silently.
It'll be easy to prove. If I kill him and the crimes stop, it means it was him, and we know who the truth.
For heaven's sake, Van Helsing, how many times do I have to tell you to get it through your head? You can never kill me. You could have 100 guns fire 1,000,000 bullets and slay me 1,000 times. But it would be impossible to kill me.
I'm willing to try as many times as it takes until you stay dead.
I suppose there's no point in telling you. Fine, I'll have to make you understand.
Finis leaps towards Van Helsing. Van Helsing reacts and fires on instinct. His bullets were not rock salt this time. It looks like this should settle things.
Are you sure about that?
However, not even this stops Finis, who quickly disappears down a narrow alley. As
See
if,
ya.
as if the shotgun blast had no effect on him. How? That was a direct hit.
I won't let you get away.
The moment Van Helsing starts to run.
Sister, let's put an end to playtime. You belong to me and to father.
Now you're being cringe. His voice
Shut
whispers.
the hell up.
No. His voice whispers in my ear. Before I can turn around, he has a dagger at my neck.
I'll show you cringe.
Oh, the blade touches my skin, releasing a foul odor and smoke as the metal begins to melt. How did you get behind me?
Oh my woman. She knew.
Impossible. How could he teleport behind me? How could he run down an alley and appear right behind me immediately afterward? There's no way he could do that.
Finis!
I knew you would be surprised, but come with me, sister, and I'll give you the whole truth.
Don't start making plans so soon. I will kill you right here.
Blah, blah, blah. Really? Think about it, Van Helsing. Shoot now, and my sister dies. She's not like me. She'll never come back to life.
So what?
Ooh.
Wow. Wow. Oh.
Oh, you're so stubborn.
Oh.
So cringe.
Cringe.
Yeah, that's super cringe, bro. I'm empty, you see. That's how I can tell how others are feeling so well.
That really how? That how?
I speak good. You're holding back right now. You can't bring yourself to shoot the both of us. Make your decision. Will you push through to your objective, even if it means the death of my sister? Will you relax your ideals to save her? This is just like that time 2 years ago, isn't it?
Shut up.
Are you ready for some backstory? When your family was killed, what was the decision you made?
Shut up, Finis.
Renkai's here.
There's hot bills bathing in the area?
Yeah, Finis. Just stop being cringe and we can go. His family was killed, and there's hot birds in the area?
Shit, backstory on the hot bills.
Whoa! His family is hot birds in the area? Van Helsing's face twists in rage as he points his gun at us, paying no mind to the surprise in my reaction. There is a moment of quiet. Here's our next choice, ellipses, or he can't bring himself to shoot. He's not that cringe.
How cringe are you, Van Helsing?
It's a how cringe does Ajax think Van Helsing is? This is the real moment of truth.
Rolling dice for cringe in a few seconds?
Yeah, cringe %.
Dot, dot, dot.
Oh, we think he's cringe. Oh no. Ellipses. And I can't bring myself to tell him to. If Finis really is Azoth and we let him go here, he may go on to commit even greater crimes. I'm fully aware of this. Finis needs to be stopped here and now, but I can't say anything. I can't tell whether it's because I don't want to die, or because I don't want Van Helsing to have to kill anyone else. Including me! I can't make that decision for him. Van Helsing and I exchange glances in this tense atmosphere. Van Helsing's eyes are wavering.
Ugh.
What is most important? What must be sacrificed? He appears to be suffering from deep emotional conflict.
Wow, I'm armchair psychologist here.
Then, I'm majoring in psychology.
Oh!
Oh.
The ground shakes from the sudden blast. That's why we're poor all the time. What was that?
It came from the direction of Buckingham Palace. Good thing nobody lives there anymore.
Ha ha! Oh my goodness.
In a moment of distraction, Finis takes the opportunity to make a dash for the darkness of the alleyway, laughing very cringe the whole way.
Yep, bitches.
Van?
Discord deleted my words.
Oh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
There we go.
Okay. The movement was not too sudden, and his gun was not steady. He cannot hit his target.
Likely be unable to make a decision, and it will cost you everything.
Finis's voice emerges from the darkness.
Again?
Uh-huh.
Van Helsing, I've told you this before, but I don't dislike you. You're the only one who comes at me with such passion. Sister, Van Helsing, two of my beloved. I'll see you again.
Okay,
What
that's
the
very
fuck am I
cringe.
saying?
That's very, very cringe, Finis.
It's the writing, not me, not me.
Finis melts into the dark and disappears for realsies
For the
this time.
fourth time.
I'm out of range.
Damn it.
The two of us chase after him right away. But beyond the alley, we'll see only the dark waters of the Thames River. There's no sign of Finis.
Hey, you're back here again. What's up?
Hi, London.
Oh, okay.
Delacroix stands alone beneath the moon, the bodies of his fellow vampires on the ground before him.
Could I have known they would die?
He had defeated them and was about to try to speak to them in an attempt to bring them back to their senses. But the two vampires had fallen on their own daggers and taken their lives.
I couldn't save them. I'm powerless. I'm no king. How can I get revenge for my race if I can't save even a single one of my brethren?
A single tear falls from his cheek as he bows his head and closes his eyes, silently munching on some chips.
Oh, no. All I can do now is pray for you. I pray your souls find peace and rest. Father, please give them the words of thanks. I think that's what that says.
The sound of footsteps suddenly draw close. The boy king raises his head and stares at the figure approaching from the darkness. Then...
Why? Why are you...
Anyway,
My
happy...
potato chips.
The potato chips are gone. No!
Chapter 12.
Waking Evil. Evil! Resident Evil. It's a quiet night. You know, a lot of people died, but it's very quiet.
Yeah.
A golden moon floats in the sky, giving the scattered clouds a bluish-white glow. The night is so peaceful, making it all the harder to believe what transpired just a few days ago. There are so many emotions and things to work out that I cannot sleep at all. The explosion that night did indeed come from Buckingham Palace. From inside the palace. The body of Queen Victoria, God rest her soul, was unharmed, but many of the government VIPs were killed.
They got Prince Harry.
they got Prince Harry, everyone. The number of abnormal crimes taking place in London with the road Azoth left in blood has increased at an explosive rate.
Oh, I got a joke.
Oh, wow.
Hey!
No.
This city, the capital of Britain, is about to descend into a state of panic.
The capital of Britain.
Given this deteriorating situation, the dead queen, God rest her soul, made a public address spoken through a Ouija board.
As a government official and as a single dead human being, it's impossible to condone the perpetrators of these crimes. This is war, with Britain's honor and peace on the line. We will not succumb to any threats, nor will we accept any evil. Especially demons that tried to talk to my Ouija board. This war will conclude with Britain victorious.
Azoth is Finis. Oh, thank you for that
you.
care package. Everyone drink and stretch.
Oh,
Thank you.
fucking hell.
Based on this information, the British government is doing everything in its power to hunt him down. On the other hand, there have been several changes in our group. Deli went missing during his battle with the two soldiers.
Oh no, I'm missing.
We
And
confirmed
his chips.
yeah, and the ships are gone. All of them, even the ones in the house. We confirmed that the soldiers he'd been fighting were killed, but Deli was nowhere to be seen afterwards. There are no clues as to where he went following his disappearance. Our research is encountering difficulties. Back then, would anything have been different if I'd stayed behind with Deli? I know it's a waste of time to think these things, but I can't help it. And Van Helsing. That cringe motherfucker. He disappeared as well, right after he let Finis escape and that big explosion happened. None of us know where he is or what he might be doing. I wonder where he went. Looking back, he saved me so many times. Now I feel that I want to be the one to help him, but there's nothing I can do. I hate myself for being so powerless. Van Helsing. My thoughts are all tangled. I whisper his name without thinking. Just thinking about him causes a pain in my chest. I can't forget the warm smile that Van Helsing showed me once. Just once. Only once. After the battle with Nuntut. I want to stay by his side. I want to help him. That's how I feel. It's how I feel, but the more I get to know him, the less and less I feel that there's anything I can do for him. What can I do for Van Helsing? A noise.
What can I do for you?
What can I do for you? I can't hear you. What was that? Aw, shit. The tap of a pedal thrown against the window. I wonder who could be out there.
Fuck.
What?
Oh,
That was the pebble. I'm sorry.
A big pebble.
That's huge. A boulder. A boulder
Threw a
went against
bucket.
my window. Someone threw a whole bucket. I see the figure standing outside and rush out of my room. I exit the doors of the mansion and run out to meet him. Van Helsing, holding another bucket. Van Helsing.
this is a bucket. Dear God, there's more.
No.
Yes.
Where have you been? Also, that's a nice bucket. Everyone's worried. What about your wounds from the paddle with Nyuntut? You have like a hole in you, right? Van Helsing furrows his brow as if annoyed by the rapid-fire questions.
There you go again. How many times do I need to tell you? You don't need to worry about me.
I can't help it. I have to worry. I change my thoughts away from my melancholy feelings and look up to Van Helsing's face. He makes that annoyed expression I've become so familiar with. Even though he appears to be in a bad mood, I'm still very happy I get to see him again. I'm so glad you're safe. Right now, in this moment, this fact above all else is the source of my joy.
Did you track down Delacroix?
No, we haven't found any clues. If only I had stayed by Deli's side.
Do you think anything would have turned out differently? You just would have gotten in his way.
Maybe, but I can't help but feel in the depths of my heart that I could have done something.
I'm responsible for dragging him into all this unnecessary trouble.
That's not true. It's no one's fault. We just need to find Deli. We all need to search together.
No. This is where it ends.
Van Helsing cuts me off before I can finish my sentence, looking at me with a serious, intent gaze. What?
I'm here now to bid you farewell.
This is so sudden. Before I can fully comprehend the meaning of what he says, Van Helsing speaks again.
I was careless. You're all weak, and I shouldn't have taken you with me. I ended up dragging you into these events. I've been under your care for some time now. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't any attachment. But that's why I must go.
His complete rejection of anything other than what he's already decided on is extremely upsetting to me. He refuses to accept any other options of protests. Why all of a sudden? If we all work together, I'm sure. I look at him, trying to find a reaction, but Van Helsing's face reveals nothing, like the surface of a calm lake.
Going down a path of no return. You people don't need to accompany me. Not when it isn't any of your business.
Not our business. These simple words upset me greatly. It is my business. I'm the key to solving whatever mystery surrounds Finis. You said so yourself. That's why. But Van Helsing doesn't even bother to brush away my argument. He simply stands in silence, letting the words flow past him. His eyes silence me more effectively than any number of eloquent speeches could have.
You're right, but circumstances have changed. I can unravel his secrets myself now, without you. And I'll kill that boy as many times as I need to until he's dead for good.
I look into his eyes and realize that no matter what I say, he is going to leave me. A feeling of helplessness and emptiness gradually spreads through me. Why? Why do you want revenge on Finis? Why are you so hell-bent on this?
You wouldn't be able to understand
Ugh.
this dark emotion that lies within me,
Okay.
crawling in my skin. These
That's
wounds, they do not heal.
That's right,
Especially the hole in my chest.
That's right. I don't understand. I'm gonna never understand. I really just don't ever understand. I don't. The anger I feel coming from the feelings I've had for him building up as he became a bigger presence in my heart. Of course I don't understand.
Say it until it doesn't mean anything.
Because you never tell me anything. He only ever sees me as a tool for his revenge, not as the person I actually am. Why, Van Helsing? What is this revenge you keep talking about? You can't just leave without saying anything. Stop telling me that it's none of my business. I can't control this torrent of emotions that I feel. If he doesn't tell me what's on his mind now, he'll leave without saying anything. And I'll never understand or see him again. I'm convinced of this somehow, and I find myself begging, almost yelling at him.
2 years ago, there was a slaughter that we now call the Vampire War.
He speaks quietly, his words heavy. He stares off into the distant skies as if recalling something from decades ago, not a mere 2 years away.
It wasn't a proper war. It was just a brutal, one-sided killing.
The Vampire War. I was asleep for so long, my only knowledge of it comes from hearing about it, not any first-hand experience. Is he saying that those events are somehow connected to his revenge?
At the time, I was a member of Twilight. As an undercover agent, I infiltrated the vampires to destroy them from within. In the beginning, I had no doubts. I simply thought of them as enemies, as vermin to be exterminated. However, as I continued to live among us, I began to question the war itself, and realized they didn't pose a threat. I reported the facts back to the military, and based on my experience, I advised them against continuing this pointless war. I told them that the vampires were an innocent people seeking only peace.
But the war didn't stop. That's what history says.
I couldn't agree with the military's decision, and I fully intended to abandon my duties and flee. However,
You were forced to keep working with them? An idea about what happened suddenly occurs to me, and Van Helsing nods gravely.
Venice took my family hostage. His condition for keeping them alive was for me to kill the vampires. I was torn until the very end, but my family was important to me. My mother and younger brother, whom I had left behind back at my hometown, were more precious to me than anything.
His anger is painful and tense. Just watching him force these words out causes my heart to ache for him.
That's why. That's why I went through with my mission. I went among them once again, pretending to be a lost traveler, and killed them all. I killed all of them, those kind-hearted people who were so accepting of me, even though I was human, a different race. Not just one or two. I ended hundreds of innocent lives.
Ellipses. I can't possibly imagine how painful this must be for him. Oh, I'll never understand. Imagining it from what he has told me is causing my heart so much pain it might split. And Van Helsing had to deal with all of this pain directly, for real. I cannot imagine the depths of his pain.
Let him cook. When everything was over, the boy, Finis, had altered the arrangement.
What? Does he mean...
It's just as you think. He had my entire family killed.
Van Helsing somehow looks calm as he says this. I try to imagine the pain he must have endured until he could be so accepting of this truth, and I shudder. Van Helsing takes a deep breath and then slowly and quietly releases it.
That's why I seek revenge against him.
What is revenge?
What is revenge?
What is
Something
revenge?
I hope you'll never
Please.
have to understand.
Oh, it's just Van Helsing. Okay.
No.
Abraham Van Helsing passed.
Yeah. Tragic backstory.
I hopefully it won't pass.
Thank you for the pamphlet, by the way. Ellipses.
I will settle my score with him no matter what. I will avenge
Antivirus
my
alert.
mother
What?
and
Your
brother,
PC
most of
is
all, and
absolutely
we'll prepare for the
fucked.
raid.
Oh god,
What
the
time?
raid's happening! Roland, thank you so much for the raid. How's everyone doing? My my name is Neurosis. Currently we're reading through Code Realize in the Van Helsing route. We do this every Tuesday. We read through an Otoma game. So welcome in and sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy. We're in a depressing part of the game. So perfect time to come in. Woohoo!
Never understand.
Been streamed for nearly 10 hours. Jesus Christ, go rest.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo. Go to sleep. Yeah, go work out and eat. Bye. Have a good night, Roland. Anyway.
I will make him pay for all the anger and regret I feel with his life.
It's like a black flame burning in him. Van Helsing's eyes are deep black, and yet somehow they seem to be filled with a terrifying heat. I wonder if he's seeing the family that he couldn't save right now.
That's why your words don't reach me.
Has Van Helsing been trapped in a nightmare that he can't wake from? He must kill Finnis with his own hands to awake from the dream.
You are not necessary for the path I'm taking.
With that, he turns his back on me. I instinctively grab his hand. Wait. Wait, Van Helsing. I don't want you to be alone. I want to stay with you. Please take me with you.
Don't be foolish. You have your own problems. You have to deal with finding your father.
No, that's not it. There's more than that. I just want to help you.
How many times do I have to tell you I don't need help? And what can you do if I do take you with me? What good are you?
What?
Are you going to kill Finnis for me? Can you fight the hidden strength that stands by his side? What if you fight and are almost killed? Will you be able to kill your opponent without the slightest hesitation?
That's...
Answer me. Do you have what it takes to kill?
Ellipses. Van Helsing's question is serious. He's asking me simply if I'm ready to enter a life or death situation. He's headed for a place that he might lose his own life. Considering that I tried to let Jack the Ripper live, I don't think I'm prepared for this kind of situation.
It is your brother.
Do I have the resolution to take another's life? It's not something I can answer easily. I tried to spare Jack the fucking Ripper.
Ripper. I hardly know.
All I can do is back one step away from Van Helsing.
Good. Everyone here has a lifestyle suited for them. There is no need for you to force yourself. You can take your own path in life.
His voice is unexpectedly kind, as if to say they will be his last. He smiles quietly.
However, thank you. The days I spent with you and Lupin were filled with warmth.
Huh.
Hey.
Hey.
And although I'm not one to settle down, there were times when I wished I could continue living that way.
Then...
No. It's all the more reason. I need to put an end to it all before the day comes when those warm days become more important to me than my revenge.
Okay. Okay.
But it was fun while it lasted.
Aw.
Thank you.
Aw.
Right.
Oh, that's such a rare sprite, too. Oh. He gives me a fragile, fleeting smile. More than the happiness of hearing he enjoyed the time with us, or the joy of being thanked, I'm saddened by his smile. It's impossible for me to stop him. He doesn't need me.
Goodbye, Adrak. These words might be overused now, but I'm glad I met you.
Van Helsing starts walking. He leaves my side. Left behind alone, all I can do is look on as he disappears into the darkness. Kingdom Hearts.
Damn it! I knew it.
It's always Kingdom Hearts.
Are you sure this is what you want?
Alistair's been leaning against his automobile, waiting for Van Helsing to come from the mansion.
Yes, this is how it should be.
Does she love you? And you her?
You're imagining things. I merely removed something that was superfluous.
Fine. If that is your decision, I support it.
Let's go, before Finis disappears again.
Alistair nods.
Room.
The
I'm
two
in Nemo's car.
Vroom, vroom.
The two step into the automobile and Alistair starts that engine. Vroom, vroom, vroom.
Finis has now returned to St. Paul's Cathedral, where Twilight's headquarters are.
The cathedral. The cathedral. The
Ca-
cathedral. The source of. You got the cathedral. Is the source you got this information from reliable?
I'd swear my life on it. Finis and his rebels in Twilight attacked the cathedral.
They attacked you?
Yes. And thanks to that, the remaining members of Twilight were wiped out. I am unable to contact any survivors.
Damn. Is there anything at the cathedral that Finis would go to such lengths to obtain?
It that Isaac obtained the location by bargaining directly with Queen Victoria during the rebuilding of London. That place may have secrets that we aren't aware of.
Could it be that secret to his immortality is in a place so close to him?
The best place hide something where nobody can.
Van Helsing looks out of the passing scenery with a tense expression. He can see the city lights glistening beyond the curves of the hills.
Glisten, glisten.
Seal London, started by Isaac Beckford and finished by Finis, though it is still growing.
I'm a growing boy.
Lives and emotions constantly cross paths here, and countless tragedies are born each day. A beautiful beast that devours lives.
Oh, no.
Steel London. He first came to the city several years ago. Tonight, he will put an end to his connection to this place. He stares up at the moon and reflects on his past. He must collect his thoughts and emotions to prepare for what might happen.
Oh, flashbang, going out.
I guess it's Van
Is she
Helsing?
young Van Helsing?
I guess so.
Yeah, probably.
So this is London. Amazing.
The first thing his eyes register upon leaving the carriage is the beautiful landscape of the newly completed London. With Queen Victoria's declaration of a new era of invention and military expansion, the military is enlisting record numbers. After losing his father, Abraham decided to join the army to support his bedridden mother and younger brother. He came out to London on his own. The enlistment examinations are to take place in a field at the outskirts of London. Abraham demonstrates a remarkable talent in all the tests of battle skill he is put through.
He's no ordinary man.
Says London, or Alistair, actually. A section
Oh, my
commander.
bad.
Section commander of Twilight at the time is the first to recognize his abilities.
Could you have him come to me later? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Him? Sir, I thought you were here with the Twilight Unit, if my memory serves me correctly.
Don't speak to me like that. Doesn't that special unit only feel its...
Oh, wait, I think that's you.
Doesn't that special unit only fill its ranks with the best of the best who have had bright and distinguished careers?
A bright career isn't necessary. Twilight is all about skill, especially in my unit.
Van Helsing leaves midway through the examination and is brought to Alistair. Van?
Oh, excuse me. Section Commander Jimmy Alistair, sir.
Van Helsing shouts this as he enters the room, and Alistair smiles faintly.
You must be Van Helsing. No, you just got here. But let me ask you a question. Do you know where you are?
I'm in the jungle, baby. I'm gonna die. I'm sorry. I have no idea. Forgive my ignorance, sir.
That is fine. The true role of this place is knowing only to a select few in this nation. Publicly, St. Paul's Cathedral was closed following an accident during London's reconstruction. In reality, though, its true identity is the headquarters of Twilight, the vampire book. Britain's secret intelligence service, just like the vampires.
Intelligence service. I believed I was talking to taking the entrance examination for the army.
It's no problem. Twilight is part of the British Armed Forces. It's an independent organization under the direct command of Military Technology Advisor Finis. But we have the same goal. We are a sword for the creation of peace and tranquility throughout Britain. In that sense, we are no different from them. A sword for peace and tranquility. I think that is a great cause. By the way, Mr. Van Helsing, was it? What is it that motivated you to enlist in the armed forces?
Virgil.
Well, I'm embarrassed to admit it, but it's to make money and support my family.
See, I appreciate your honesty. As of today, you are a member of Twilight. I'll see that you're taken care of.
What? What is that?
You're already an official civilian employee. You needn't worry about your family. A great Twilight agent receives a salary far greater than an average soldier.
Thank you.
This is where Alistair and Van Helsing's relationship began. Alistair's indeed an excellent soldier and a skilled agent in his own right. But more than anything, he's an educator. While holding a high rank in the army, he is also well known as a popular university professor. For his first 6 months in the unit, Van Helsing was thoroughly trained by Alistair. Thanks to this, he quickly rises and becomes one of the top performers within Twilight's ranks. However,
Checkmate, Abraham.
Alistair holds a wooden knife to Van Helsing's neck as part of a mock battle they are having.
Again? Why can't I defeat you?
simple answer. Your battle sensibilities are so exceptional. You rely on instinct and not your head. As the battle scope widens, intellect becomes the key to victory. You probably won't be of any of use in battle.
That's not true. I swear, I can be effective.
Like that you've spirited. However, you really should stop speaking so stiffly. Let's be a bit more frank with each other.
No, sir. I wouldn't want to speak to you with any disrespect.
You're a stubborn one.
Exchanges like this continue between them. Van Helsing has written about these times in a letter he sent to his mother and brother in the country. How are you both? Oh, wait, sorry.
How are you both? Don't worry about me. Training is difficult, but I'm doing fine. I can't tell I can't tell you where I am for certain reasons, but I trust that the money has begun to arrive. Mother, you need to make sure to eat healthy foods. I believe your body will naturally start to get better then. By the way, the commander at the post I've been stationed at has a very interesting background. Aside from his military duties, it seems he also works as a university professor. Lately, he's found out about my limited schooling and started looking over my studies, saying that I could do better. And I decided to call him Professor. He says it sounds too stiff and doesn't like it. I'm glad I made up my mind to come out to London. I'll come home next time I get a long leave. I'm already looking forward to seeing you two.
Then, a little while after he enters Twilight, Van Helsing experiences his first real battle. It's probably one of the worst battles that a new soldier could experience.
Helsing, stay alert or you'll die.
Twilight is in the midst of a pitched fight in the corner of the poorer district. For the first time, Van Helsing against an opponent that doesn't seem to succumb to his superior fighting prowess. The enemies are soldiers who have been part of an experiment called Hidden Strength. These men have lost their sanity and hunger to kill. If they get into the city, the death toll will be tremendous. The mission to hunt them down and kill them before they get out has been assigned to Alistair's platoon. However... the tables have turned. After chasing the Hidden Strength soldiers into a complicated back alley, the altered men turned and began attacking ferociously. Everyone had underestimated the power of Hidden Strength, the immense potential of the humans' latent powers. They feel no pain when shot and tear things to pieces with overwhelming violence. Their powers have made them inhuman. The Twilight soldiers are defeated one after another, and before they know it, the only survivors left are Alistair and Van Helsing. The two watch over one another as they run deeper and deeper into the warren of alleys. They are eventually cornered and surrounded, trapped in a narrow alleyway. As if instinctively aware that the victory is certain, the experimental soldiers advance slowly. CG.
Oh. So this is it.
Van Helsing says this under his breath as he looks around. There's nowhere to run, and they don't have much strength left. Had they been fighting normal humans, it may have been possible to fight and break through them to escape. However, they are up against monsters who far surpass human abilities. If they are surrounded, there's no chance they can win, no matter how they fight.
Professor, run! I'll act as a decoy.
You're going to give up and let them take it to shreds. and let them shred you to pieces, eh? Where did your usual air of confidence go?
But there's nothing more we can do.
The death of a soldier is not a tragedy. Any who go into battle should be prepared for death. But it is tragedy for a civilian to die as a result of battle. We soldiers must put our lives on the line to stop these beasts.
You think they can be defeated? Even when things are this bad?
I promise you one thing, Abraham. If we both make it out of here alive, no more calling me Professor. No more being stiff and polite. We'll address each other as friends and equals.
Now is hardly the time for this.
I told you before, didn't I?
Alistair takes a device of some kind from a pocket and smiles. He presses a button and in the next moment,
Pokeball.
all of them blow up.
Flashbang going out.
Oh,
I want to be on familiar terms with you, especially a capable youth like yourself, with a bright future ahead of you.
you don't say. Man, I didn't expect you as a light user. A light mode user for Discord.
Whoa! A powerful explosion blows the experimental hidden strength soldiers to pieces. Aside from Black Jackman, the one who got away, Jack Black, Alistair had already placed bombs in many abandoned areas within the district and gave detonators to everyone but Abraham. There's only one reason why he didn't tell Van Helsing about the plan beforehand. Alistair later tells Van Helsing that his goal for his mission was to survive. He also says that giving extra tasks to those entering battle for the first time often increases their chance of death. In any case, from this day forward, Van Helsing stopped being overly polite to Alistair. In this way, Alistair had become a true comrade to Van Helsing. Following this battle, Van Helsing's abilities continued to grow under Alistair's guidance. In only a year, he has far surpassed any other member of Twilight, and in terms of power, his abilities have exceeded even Alistair's. It's uncertain when this happened, but they have established a style in which Alistair devises strategy and Abraham executes it. The two of them come to be known as the best team within Twilight, and they find themselves in the most difficult situations. Then, fate begins to take its course. 2 years ago. The sub-race genocide in Ireland, also known as the Vampire War, takes place. Van Helsing is given the most important duty in this campaign. Who wants to be a vampire?
You're amazing. You're so strong for a human.
Oh, that might have been Deli.
is this Van Helsing? then?
Yeah, this would be Van Helsing.
That's not true. I'm no match for your father. He wasn't using his full strength.
Of course not. He's the strongest warrior of all the vampires. Excuse my voice.
Oh.
He had something in his throat. Van Helsing has ingratiated himself with the vampires and come into contact with those considered royalty among them. His mission is to spy on them and report the fortress. Report on the fortress, then open the entrance for the approaching military assault. Completely unaware of his objective, the vampires have accepted him. The vampires place great importance on fighting ability and welcome Van Helsing as a guest upon learning his strength. This day, Van Helsing and the Vampire King Delacroix are engaging in a mock battle at the king's request. Van Helsing is at a great disadvantage as he is more comfortable handling a gun than a sword. But even if he did have a gun, he feels that Delacroix would still make for a difficult opponent.
Which Delacroix is speaking?
I think it's the dad.
But honestly, I think you're just about as strong as Master Noontod. Oh my god. Oh, Master Noontod is my teacher. He's super strong.
I see. If he's considered strong among vampires, there's no way a human like myself can defeat him in battle.
I still think you're about the same. I know. Teach me how to fight. I'm like reading
Wait,
really hard to
it's-
determine
yeah,
which
it's like,
Delacour
which one is
speaking.
it?
I'm going to secretly become stronger and surprise everyone.
I'll think about it.
Promise. It's a promise, alright?
Fine. I promise.
Fuck.
However, this promise would never be held.
Oh.
That night, once he has enough information to complete the assigned duties, Van Helsing returns to London.
What's up, cheater?
I think this is Alistair.
I see. I never knew. The vampires were never the threat that had been suggested. The government's going around saying that vampires have attacked human villages, but there's no trace of any such attacks. This must be a mistake. The war is about to begin based on a significant misunderstanding.
Are you sure this is me?
I think this
I
one's
think this
Van
must be.
Helsing.
It has to be
Who
stopped
knows?
before it grows to destroy either of our races.
Usually there'd be like actual like Japanese voice acting here, but we can't fucking know anymore.
And I can't see them as a people who deserve destruction.
I see,
Yeah.
and I understand. I shall try to talk to Phineas about it. If all goes well, he may be able to advise Queen Victoria about this. Can you include your reasoning in your written report?
Would you really do that? Thank you so much, Jimmy.
His fucking
Jimmy.
name's Jimmy.
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 Thank you so much, Jimmy!
Jimmy's mom. Jimmy's mom.
No need to thank me. I sensed something was off about this one as well. Your suggestion will be a good chance to argue against it.
Wait,
No, it's
Oh, yeah.
you.
It's you.
Yeah.
Probably.
I won't waste any more time, then. I'll put my report together, Jimmy.
He was relieved. The vampires were truly a peaceful race.
Well,
Their abilities were terrifying, but it didn't look at all as if they planned to use them against humanity.
well,
Van Helsing did not wish to betray the trust of those who had so warmly accepted him into their home.
Well,
Is this Finis?
Oh, there's no need to put that report together.
Van Helsing turns around at the sudden voice to discover a young boy. He had seen him once before during Twilight's entrance ceremony. The only individual with command over all of Twilight, the second most powerful voice to Britain after the Queen herself. God rest her soul.
well, she's
Finis.
alive right now.
Yeah. God rest her future soul. Finis.
I heard what you had to say.
Alistair goes down on one knee and bows his head. Van Helsing does the same.
Oh, get up, Jimmy. But, you see, we need this war to keep moving. What did you say your name was?
Sir, Abraham Van Helsing, sir.
Well then, Van Helsing, I'll have you tell us everything you know during the strategy meeting later.
Orders within Twilight are absolute. If they command him to die, he must die. But
You must die.
I can't.
Van Helsing speaks his mind this once.
Oh, and why is that?
These people have done nothing wrong. I don't believe there is anything that justifies this war.
Ah, you're quite funny, Van Helsing. No war on this earth has ever had a justifiable reason.
Oh shit, woke Finis. Oh.
The same goes for now. Britain merely wants an opponent to demonstrate our power to the other nations of Europe. We merely needed someone that wouldn't cause the other countries to get fired up about being attacked, and that's all.
What? Then what about the incident that supposedly sparked all the anti-vampire sentiment? The attack on the human village.
Of course the village was attacked, but who carried it out? That's something you don't need to know.
No. Is the government behind this?
I forget. However, to save the country, some sacrifices are necessary. Queen Victoria has consented to it all. Now, I'd like you to share with us the secrets of the vampire's fortress.
I can't.
That's too bad. Alistair, perhaps he'll listen to you as his direct superior.
I'm sorry, sir, but I cannot abide by your words either. It's true that Twilight takes any measures necessary to fulfill our objective, but we aren't savages who kill innocents. I object to this war as well.
Jimmy, really? Jimmy, considering your achievements up to this point, I'm going to do you a favor and pretend I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Use some common sense. The words of a single soldier will never affect the big picture.
It's probably Van Helsing.
I don't want any more part in whatever this is.
See, well, you can reject it if you want and see for yourself what happens as a result.
What do you mean?
Finis smiles a thin smile, but doesn't otherwise respond. Van Helsing realizes that the answer then must be a tragedy that has already taken place. The British forces released poisonous gas, a new invention of war, from the air. One vampire stronghold after another is left in a state of destruction. The vampire's leader, Delacroix, has gathered survivors and refugees of all the different regions to his own fortress. He protects them and decides to spearhead a battle from there against humanity. Humans against vampires, the plans of widespread murder have become reality. Well, thank you for the care package, Salem. Van Helsing discovers this and tries to protest against Finis, but he is arrested and placed in confinement. Once he is released from prison, a mission is waiting for him. A change of scenery. This is Delacroix's fortress. Its defenses were unmatched in the past, but is under siege from the military. Any vampires who had not fled to the castle already fell to anarchy and were killed one by government forces. The vampires still resist violently, and so far the military is unable to enter the stronghold at all. Amidst all this, two soldiers arrive at the castle's gates. Abraham Van Helsing, Jimmy. They have been accused of treason, and with their families taken hostage, they have been forced into assassinating King Delacroix. Alistair surmises that this is Finis' plan to have them all killed after they learned the real truth behind how this war began. Neither Van Helsing nor Jimmy could object, now with their families being held hostage.
How dare you show your face here, Van Helsing?
Stop.
Curse you! Curse you!
Run. Please, just run.
We won't let you hurt our family, not our family, son.
Don't try to stop me.
Stops you.
His shout echoes through the crumbling stone stronghold, He's already completed his transformation into a human weapon. His battle skills are at a level above any other, but each vampire has the strength of 10 men. He kills them one after another. Then, Van Helsing emerged victorious from 101 battle against the vampire king Delacroix. Van Helsing himself has some serious injury, but he pays no mind to his wounds and prays for Delacroix's soul.
Is it over? Wait, no. I think that was that Alice?
It could... either one of them, it could be said in either order.
Yes. Rock, paper, scissors?
Yes. Just do an audio version of rock, paper, scissors, please. Alright. 3, 2, 1, go.
Scissor.
Okay, it's
Okay.
Matcha.
Delacroix was a great man. His loss will cause the vampires to fall apart. Looks like Britain has won this joke of a war.
Of Delacroix's wife and child.
I handled his wife, but I could not find his son, Dracula, anywhere.
Ellipse. Abraham, I'm sorry that you've been put in such a painful position.
Right.
Laugh.
Terrible. Who could have predicted that my life would turn out to be so revolting?
I killed the one who saved my life. A kind, innocent man. A king. With my own hands.
Unbearable is the only way to describe the pain. It echoes through the crumbling walls of the vampire fortress without answer.
Who to search deeper inside the fortress for the survivor, the boy.
Dracula. The boy who had warmed up to me, the narrator. Specifically me, the narrator.
Oh.
What? Oh, here we go again.
I taught him a little how to fight. Me, the narrator. He looked to me, the narrator, with eyes filled with respect and awe. And I, me, the narrator, going to kill him. Right here and now, like his papa.
Van Helsing, what's the matter? Can you move?
That's enough.
I know how you feel, but if Phyllis finds out that we left Delacroix's son alive,
Enough!
what is this? What are we? This is not war, this is a massacre!
We killed innocent people. What point is there to a country keeping something this terrible a secret?
You
Please, tell me, Jimmy. Why? Why are we doing this?
Abraham. Battles are the outcomes of mistakes. No battle on Earth has ever been justified. Our job is to bring these incidents to an end as quickly as possible, with the fewest casualties we can imagine. And this country, no, this whole world has been making mistakes for a long, long time.
Alistair places a hand on Van Helsing's shoulder.
Let's go. Our job is done.
After that, Van Helsing and Jimmy become the focus of the public's attention as heroes who brought the vampire war to an early end. Van Helsing's achievement is recognized. He is awarded with the Knight's title and inducted into the Most Excellent Order. However, the very day Van Helsing receives his titles, he resigns from Twilight. When asked by Jimmy why he's leaving, Van Helsing's response is brief.
I can't find a reason to kill. I can't fight anymore.
With this, he departs. Well, I guess this is Van Helsing.
I'm going to go back to my family. I've sent plenty of money. We should have enough to save to be able to live comfortably. Now, I'm going to lead a peaceful life with my family. At least, so I thought. It's truly what I thought. What is this?
When he returned home that day, what he saw was the aftermath of an appalling tragedy. The crimson stain of blood had sprayed all the way to the ceiling, over one large body and one small on the floor. Their wounds are hideous. They must have gone through unimaginable pain.
How could this... I'm in a daze, faced with this reality. I'm unable to think straight. No. For an instant, I thought this was a punishment for what I've done. How could they? Such cruelty. No. I did the same thing. To the vampires. To so many more.
An emotion that is not quite anger or sadness burns in his heart, and he turns his suffering face up to the red ceiling. Ellipses. Ellipses. After that, he contacts Jimmy, who had discovered his own family had been murdered, and they search for whoever ordered the killings. They use the skills cultivated through their careers in Twilight and are able to find the individual in no time at all. The assassin is a Twilight soldier, and they find a document in his room bearing Finis' seal. The document reads, Abraham Van Helsing, Jimmy A. Alistair, exterminate both of their families.
Finis, I swear I will have my revenge.
Having obtained hard evidence, Van Helsing dedicates himself to her vengeance. He will kill the boy no matter what. That was the beginning of it all. Van Helsing was able to kill Finis once, as his heart led him to, but strangely Finis returned to life. There were whisperings of immortality. In order to unravel the secret, Van Helsing continues his investigations. One day, he received the key piece of information from his collaborator, Jimmy. Twilight and Finis are after something. If he can get to it before the military, he may be able to drag Finis, who so far cannot be found, out into the open. That is what leads to his encounter with the ill-fated girl that has been called a monster.
Chapter 1.
Ellipses? Uh-huh.
Yeah?
Okay.
Won't stop.
Oh my god, it feels outdated again.
What is it, Abraham? Something on your mind?
Yes. I was thinking about the past.
About an hour.
Yeah, the automobile finally approaches their destination very rapidly with a lot of speed lines.
Oh dude, speed.
In London?
Looking back fondly on your memories is great, but right now, I need you to focus on the present.
Don't you think this is the same as that time before?
Don't be so mysterious with me. Which that time are you talking about?
The final battle that brought an end to the Vampire War. The two of us went marching into enemy territory, just like this.
Alistair nods gravely, but his response is not one of agreement.
I see. The situation is certainly similar, but the essence of the situation is different this time, Abraham. Back then, we fought as a result of having been swept up by fate. Now, we fight by our own wills in order to part with our past. Isn't that right?
Van Helsing smiles faintly.
Yeah, you're right.
Until now, it had seemed he not even allowed death. Once everything is finished, he can finally sleep. He can bid farewell to the unending nightmare that had been his life. Van Helsing looks up at the moon in a daze. The moon looks down on him indifferently, as if it knows everything that is about to happen, but keeps its knowledge to itself. Fucking rude.
I know everything that's about to happen.
Now
It's
London.
mooning us.
Everyone, I'm sorry for calling you in the middle of the night, but I need to tell you something. The moon mooned me. Everyone is gathered at the lunch at my request.
Oh my god.
What? The moon. What? You don't have to be so formal. You know, I'll do anything you want.
From your expression, it seems this is going to be pretty serious.
I nod in response.
Nod.
Nod. Van Helsing came back here earlier.
You know, I've heard of the dark side of the moon, but never the back side of the moon. But wait, sorry. He did? Why didn't he say anything to us?
Yeah, the moon was really rude too. He said he's figured out where Finis is. He came to say his final farewell to me.
Imagine if the moon's mooning was what caused you to become a werewolf. Wouldn't that be embarrassing?
Oh.
Oh. He only said goodbye to you. How cold of him.
I've been able to examine his words properly.
Wounds, not words. My god.
Whoa.
He needs to examine his words too. He was being hella cringe. It seems like Van Helsing is prepared to go fight Finis alongside Alistair. Van Helsing is very strong, so he might be alright, but still. I don't know how to explain it, but it seemed to me like Van Helsing was trying to reach out for help. The more he said he wanted to be left alone, the more it sounded like he didn't really want to be alone.
How soon of him. Miss Adrak?
But I just let him go on by itself. I didn't want him to hate me. I couldn't bear hearing him say he didn't want me, so I gave up trying to stop him. But I realized that was a mistake. I don't care if he hates me. I don't care if he says he doesn't want me. That's why.
Ellipses.
I want to help Van Helsing. I want to be by his side. I don't want him to be sad or suffer. I want to see him smile. These feelings have appeared to my heart and they won't go away. As I say to all of my other love interests, hello. Please, I want to go help Van Helsing specifically, but I need help from all of you. I understand that it is going to put us all in danger, but there's nothing I can do on my own. No one says
Lupin
anything.
appear for that scene.
No one says anything.
It's the most neutral character to look at.
I know I said it's selfish. It would be awkward if she looked at Saint Germain. I should know how dangerous Finis is after everything that's happened.
Side eye.
I'll never understand. Miss Adrak, you've changed quite a bit since you first arrived.
What?
Yes, truly. When we first met you, you were like a doll. I mean, not in a bad way, right?
Kind of in a bad way.
Okay, like, I know it's not my route, but can we go back to the moon? Because I really want to visit it, but if it's going to be rude, then I'm having second
It
thoughts
mooned
already.
me!
Okay?
It ruined me,
Okay.
Impy.
Aren't
Oh
there
my
rabbits
God,
up
okay.
there?
Put a pin in that. I'm super disappointed that it's not me. Super disappointed, but also super happy. Yeah.
Why are you gritting your teeth? What are you talking about?
The story of how a lady who thought she was a doll became human.
Pinocchio.
Lupin points at my chest with a flicking motion of his finger. I became human? Pinocchio?
Men and women both become human when they discover love. So, none of us have done that yet. We're not human.
It's a little alienating, don't you
Yeah,
think?
speak for yourself.
Wow.
What about those that don't celebrate Eros?
That's deep. Who are you quoting again?
Ah, that's all me, aren't I wise?
I sense plagiarism.
I suddenly appreciate them less, knowing they came from the mind of a thief.
Yes, it only took a moment for the words to shift from groundbreaking to common as muck.
Ooh.
That Pokemon's
Ooh.
poison.
I don't like
Sick
you,
burn.
That was a good one. That was a good burn.
Everyone rises from their seats as they continue to joke around.
Wait, why don't you like me?
Where are you going, everyone?
Where else to fulfill the precious wishes of a lady in love?
Up next one is going to be Salem for the choice. Hearing this, I quickly run after him. And the name of that feeling, the sound of the word love warms my heart. Lupin steps outside and speaks up as soon as he checks the area near the gate.
Just as I thought. They arrived here in an automobile. The thing that's very loud.
How can you tell?
There's tire tracks. I woke up earlier when I heard the fucking engine. I didn't realize what it was though, because I'm a dumbass.
The engine of an automobile?
There was also some new tracks right in front of the gate. I'm reasonably sure they were made by an automobile, not a tank, not a bike, but an automobile.
Oh, not a train?
Not a train.
Thomas wasn't here.
You have really good ears, Lupin. I almost want to examine you for a medical standpoint. Can I take a closer look at your ears?
Why the ears?
How you take a closer look at his tracks, or at these tracks. That tracks.
His huge tracts of land?
Oh.
Judging by the looks of how the ground has been scraped, there's a high chance that they're still in London.
Huh?
Huh? Why?
The road that goes off in that direction is a single path that leads straight into the city. If they're leaving London by automobile, it's much easier to pass the mansion and continue towards the city's outer wall. Unless their intent was to mislead us, there's almost no question that their goal is within London.
He left such an easily traceable trail. Van Helsing must have been pretty agitated. Does he think he can get away that easily?
I don't know how we got here, but I suddenly realized that Cece is here standing next to Lupin. Materialized out of nowhere.
And here's our big shot hunting dog, our pride and joy. Everyone give him a warm welcome, would you?
Aww.
Hey.
Love you, Cece.
Cece barks enthusiastically.
Barf bark.
Yay.
What? Are you saying that you're going to have Cece hunt him down?
Of course! Ever since our princess arrived, he started to warm up to me. I've been training him all this time, haven't I?
Cece barks again happily.
Oh, you serious? He'll never open up to me, and I'm supposed to be his master.
This is no time to wallow in shock and self-pity, Impy. You'll have plenty of time of that after.
Want to hear from you?
Lupin and Cece sniff one of Van Helsing's old handkerchiefs, and in the next instant, Cece's already running with great vigor.
Wait.
Whether Cece is always able to do this or if Lupin's training brought this out, our hunting dog begins charging on without hesitation.
Wait, come back.
What? The cathedral lit by moonlight boasts the same unapproachable beauty but it had back when Van Helsing left Twilight.
Is this a new background?
I think it is.
Yeah.
Van Helsing and Alistair park the automobile in an inconspicuous area and slowly approach the building.
I sense some sort of presence. This place is likely to be well guarded.
Probably the Twilight soldiers that Finis took with him.
And your own subordinates are among them?
Among us.
Bogus! Jimmy and Bogus!
I hope at least some of them are still alive.
As they have this conversation, a number of figures appear from the cathedral and melts into the night.
You must answer our riddles 3.
This is certainly a fitting dramatic effect. Abraham, I hope we both survive to see the sunrise.
You don't have to worry about me. There's no way I'll die before I've killed Finis.
Van Helsing pumps the lever on his shotgun. Shotguns have levers? I guess they do.
Let's go.
The Twilight soldiers advance and... Van Helsing's gunshot reverberates through the night. I just heard a gunshot. I think maybe that's where Van Helsing is. I stop and turn in the direction of the sound.
It came from over there. I see. That makes sense.
What does?
St. Paul's Cathedral is in that direction. Rumor has it Isaac demanded it to be given to him during London's reconstruction. But there was an accident during its rebuilding, and the cathedral was declared closed to the public ever since. Gathering from this situation, it's very likely that this building houses Twilight's headquarters.
Twilight's headquarters?
Yes.
I hear another gunshot.
Let's hurry. Things are changing as we're standing here.
We start running through the deserted streets. When we reach the front of St. Paul's Cathedral, there's already a great number of Twilight soldiers on the ground.
Dang! If Van Helsing and Alistair did this just between the two of them, that's quite a feat.
It seems that these men are simply knocked out. That takes some skill.
The next gunshot comes from within the building. We zoom in. As if the shots was a signal, Twilight soldiers appear en masse.
Those fellows really don't look too friendly, any way you look at it.
I suppose I can handle them, then. You all go inside.
But...
I killed your brother once. I've actually killed him many times.
Oh...
In another time. You're going to save Van Helsing, aren't you? Then don't hesitate and get going so that you can reach him yourself.
Saint Germain's tone is kind yet firm. Right. Sure, buddy.
Yes.
I'll stay behind with you, Count. I'll do what I can to help.
I appreciate the offer very well.
Now go, Lupin. Impy, look after her and Van Helsing.
Lupin and Impy nod with determination.
Then, shall we?
Alright, stay safe, you two. We start running again, leaving Victor and Saint Germain to deal with the situation. We blur.
Random battle.
It's a little too risky to rush right in through the speed lines. Let's go around and follow the gunshots.
We follow a suggestion and circle around to a small entrance. In it, we find the Final Fantasy VII stairs. We have to climb 10,000 floors to reach the fight. We're in the building. There's something dreamlike about this moonlit corridor. It almost feels like we stepped into a fairy tale. Another gunshot. This time much closer than before. We're almost there.
This building has a very simple layout. If we keep moving forward, we'll run into Van Helsing at some point.
I nodded a response and I'm about to start running faster. Twilight.
Whoa! Hey, they're also coming from behind?
They're coming at us from both sides. They're an elite organization after all. Go on, Adrak. Impy and I can get them.
But neither of you are fighters.
Excuse me, we'll be fine. I mean, as long as you don't expect us to do as well as Van Helsing or CTG. We're pretty tough in our own right. Like, we can kick some ass.
But still, Impy.
Still what?
Impy, look at me. Impy.
What? We can kick ass, okay?
It's fine. Don't mind us. Just go. When you get to Van Helsing, give him a good smack across the face on our behalf. You'll like it.
Lupin gives me a smile and a wink. His eyes are filled with confidence, just like when he first kidnapped me.
Best line.
Alright. I squeeze out the words. Be safe, you two.
Got it. Love is indestructible. Come on, Lupin. Just stay out of the way when I get going. Got it?
Right back at you. Don't mess this up, Impy. Whack.
Lupin throws a smoke bomb and suddenly blinding everyone.
What the hell, man?
Even though I'm blind, I take this opportunity to flee. Lupin, Impy, I hope nothing bad happens to them.
Well,
I pray this from the bottom of my heart as I keep running on alone. After a little while, I see a spot at the very end of the hallway. Van Helsing is there. I can't see it, but I feel it. I continue running desperately. And arrive at a vaulted ceiling space lit by the soft moonlight. The beautiful scene before me is dreamy. It's powerful enough to mesmerize any who lay their eyes upon it. If the circumstances were different, I would have stared at its beauty all day and long and never grew tired of it. Within the scene...
My, we have an unexpected visitor. What are you doing in a place like this, sister?
Why are you here? This is completely unexpected.
Finis, Jimmy, and Van Helsing? I cannot stop myself from shouting the moment I lay my eyes on him.
Hey, Drac.
He stares at me in disbelief, then quickly turns back to Finis. There are bodies of many Twilight soldiers sprawled around them, but the three do not appear to be fighting. They glare at each other in silence. They're just looking menacingly. But what's more unsettling is the crowd of Twilight soldiers still surrounding them. Even a few soldiers from the army are there, pointing their guns at them. This extreme situation, this tense scene barely held together by strained nerves, looks like a tableau from a painting to me, or something.
Tableau, oh my god.
You came after me with the others? Why would you? Why would you go out of your way to put yourself in danger, Adrak?
Van Helsing's pained shout echoes. It's because, hey Salem, what do you want to do? Do you want to say, you're important to me, or I don't know? We're here because we don't know. Important. Okay.
Aw.
You're important to me. Because you're important to me. I remember what Lupin said. The feelings I have for Van Helsing. I've learned so much because I met you. Not just things that, like how to fight, or the other stuff he taught me. I don't know why, but the kindness he showed me, even though he usually looks so annoyed, makes me so happy. You took over my heart little by little. I'm saying this in front of Jimmy and Finnis, and didn't realize just how important you'd become in my life. This warm, painful, gripping emotion within me has a name. And it's... I love you. Also, hi, Finnis. More than anyone or anything, I simply love you. Are my words reaching him? Are they reaching him? After a beat of silence, the response I get is...
Unbelievable. Now you're cringe too. What are you even going on? Love?
Why is that so cringe?
Why, you ask? From the sheer absurdity of it, of course. You're incapable of love, or of being loved by anybody.
It's just like the scene from Shrek.
Yeah.
Really now, think about it. Emotions, feelings, a heart, love. What a joke. Sister, you are a monster, and a monster can never have any of those things you want.
Being once more called a monster and Finnis's cold stare sends shivers up my spine.
Silence, Finnis.
No.
So she's a monster. So what? It has nothing to do with me. All I'm here to do is bring you to your death. For myself, and for my own reasons.
I wasn't even talking to you. These pointless, wistful back and forths are making my skin crawl.
Finnis drops his shoulders, looking quite obviously dejected.
All this talk of love. How angry are you trying to make me? A father would be saddened by all of this. You mean to reject father when all you are is a shallow container?
What are you talking about?
For an instant, it looks like the light disappears from his eyes. But before I can wonder about it, Finnis raises his face to us once more.
I'm done. I'm so tired of you all.
He snaps his fingers, and the soldiers around us all lower their guns.
What's this?
You made them lower their weapons? What are you up to, Finnis?
Nothing much. It doesn't mean anything. I thought I would let you get in the first shot. I'll give you the best chance you'll ever have at killing me. Do it, Van Helsing. Go ahead. I'll show you the true meaning of despair. I'll show you that your worthless little wish will never be fulfilled. Not now, not ever.
Van Helsing's expression becomes stern. The next moment, there's a roaring sound before I can even try to stop him. Finnis, shot through the leg, collapses to the floor. But...
Oh, what the fuck?
he stands up once more as if he feels no pain.
JK, I was joking. What's the matter? Don't hold back. Aim for my heart, my head, do whatever you want.
Finnis walks towards Van Helsing, his arms open, smiling widely as if to encourage him to shoot.
If you want my bullet so badly.
Finnis's body jerks back as bullets riddle him, almost making him appear to be dancing as blood splatters everywhere. But somehow... His insane laughter shows no signs of stopping. Eventually, after Van Helsing's fusillade has finally put Finis's laughter to an end. Van Helsing? Finis's body lies limp before him. Surely this time.
Did tell you to do whatever you want. You really are merciless. You should relax a little. I mean, look at me. You turned me into a hamburger.
I can
With
do
extra ketchup.
I can do nothing but stand in complete shock and stare. Finis is on the floor, covered in blood. A figure appears from behind the lines of soldiers. Another Finis.
Impossible. How is this happening? What are you?
I'm exactly what you see. I'm Finis. Don't worry. That poor fellow there is me as well.
Finis looks down on the corpse with a mocking smile and steps over it.
Now I think it's my turn.
Finis snaps his fingers as the soldiers around us once more point their guns at Van Helsing. I instinctively run out in front of him.
Stop! What are you doing?
I don't reply to Van Helsing immediately and stare at Finis. I don't know why, but Finis needs me alive. That's why he was trying to kidnap me without hurting me. Isn't that right? I stand protectively in front of Van Helsing, shielding him from the guns. It's alright, Van Helsing. I'll be your meat shield.
Adrak.
Watching us, Finis replies as if he finds something hilariously funny, but at the same time with an air of hate.
You think I can't kill you? Unfortunately, you're wrong. I've been holding back from doing so for a long time. A long, long time. I really just wanted an excuse to kill you. Even with you gone, I know I can bring Father's plan to fruition. Yes, that's right. You're worthless.
I hear an unexpected sound.
Oh, my popcorn's done. 1 second.
The sound of the popcorn bell suddenly rings out. It's coming from where Jimmy is standing. He has been watching the situation silently. Finis turns his attention to this unlikely distraction, annoyed.
What's that noise? Did you stop the microwave too early, Jimmy?
Ding.
You don't deserve popcorn.
You
And by
bitch.
the way, it's a signal, Finis. Get your ears checked.
I'll say that my ears are just fine. Fuck you.
Yes, the preparations to kill you are finally complete. Now, shall we move on to the final chapter?
Rhetorically? Oh.
Gunfire
Ow.
goes off all around us. None of us is targeted at us. Instead, the soldiers fire on Finis.
Why?
Finis is unable to remain standing after taking so much heavy fire and falls to his knees.
Why are my own soldiers attacking me?
It's simple. These aren't your soldiers, Finis. These men are all loyal to me while pretending to be with you.
Van Helsing looks on in shock at the sudden turn of events. Alistair advances towards Finis, who slowly falls to his side.
Jimmy!
Alistair stands over Finis and stares down on him coldly. I feel a sense of unspeakable terror from his unwavering eyes.
Oh, does it feel, Finis? Isn't this a refreshing turn of events? You're the one who's so used to feeling like everything is under your control.
Ah, you've always been a charmer. So, does this mean you're done hiding your identity? Alistair, or should I say, Azoth?
Oh, what?
Oh, you know, I thought I kept it from you pretty well. Huh. I suppose you do live up to your reputation of having inherited the famous Isaac's knowledge. I underestimated you.
We all stare at Alistair in surprise. Jimmy is Azoth?
What? This is insane. Jimmy, what are you talking about? You're Azoth? That's nonsense.
And yet, paying no mind as we struggle to come to terms with the truth, Alistair smirks as if nothing is out of the ordinary.
Make complete sense. Abraham, Adrak, I am Azoth.
Alistair keeps his thin smile as he turns to Finis, unfazed as we stand frozen.
Why don't we take care of you first? I am a very cautious man. I don't want to leave any regrets for the future.
Useless, Alistair. I'll never die. I'll corner you, and I swear I'll kill you.
Finis spits this out with the fury and murder in his eyes, even while lying broken on the ground.
Unfortunately, I don't think that's going to come true. I know about you and your secret. You'll meet your end right here.
Alistair gingerly crouches by Finis's head and whispers something to the boy.
Oh, you.
Finis screams and fresh blood spurts from his wounds. Also, Thomas is there. He's watching, always. Without any hesitation.
Toot,
Alistair drives the saber he holds straight through Finis's neck.
Drives Thomas through Finis's neck.
Thanks for the care package, Salem. Everyone stretch and
Thank you.
drink. At the same moment, the sound of an explosion rattles the entire cathedral.
Kaboom.
How delightful! Finis, you really were quite entertaining. Almost enough to make me regret killing you. Almost.
As the shaking continues, Van Helsing grabs hold of Alistair.
Explain this to me, Jimmy. What is this about? What is going on?
Don't get so heated. I'll explain. Either way, congratulations, Abraham. As you can see, Finis. He has achieved true death. Your revenge has been accomplished. He will never come back to life. Your ambitions and my feigned ambitions have been carried out right here.
You're Azoth. Is this true?
Yes, of course. Why would I lie about something like that?
It can't be. How could I believe something like that?
Your technique in handling Jack Blackman were quite brilliant.
What?
But they were also very unexpected. In the scenario I've written up, you were supposed to kill him. I thought I'd done a good job connecting your memories of the battlefield and your past. I guess she really did save you.
Alistair glances at me and smiles.
But I couldn't even bear to look at your battle with Nuntot. To think that you, who had been called the human weapon, would fight so abysmally, as your teacher, it embarrassed me. Huh. You still don't believe me? If you wish, I can explain all the details and methods behind the cases where that Azoth name I left behind.
Van Helsing slowly lets go of Alistair. No, he didn't let go. It looked to me as if he no longer had the strength to hold on. Why? Why would you do such a thing? What did you plan to get from it?
I do have a goal, but I don't feel it necessary to explain myself to you. Put simply, this whole series of disturbances is part of a sort of hobby of mine.
Hobby?
Yes, I have an immense interest in the human species. Humans are beautiful, but where do you suppose that beauty lies? I believe that beauty dwells in fear and anger. I just want to see it. I want to see that moment when London, Britain, and all the world shine with humanity's beauty.
I'm shining.
Stop it, Jimmy. Stop these meaningless jokes.
You still can't comprehend it. I'm telling you, you've all been tricked by me. Abraham, you were very capable. You and Finis had the ideal relationship of hate and being at one another's throats. As a result, it gave me time to figure out how Finis was achieving immortality, and I was able to give him a complete death. I really appreciate it, Abraham. Now that Finis is out of the picture, I can finally achieve my long-standing ambition.
Your ambition? Now you're cringe. Wasn't it to get revenge on Finis?
You, this boy, that's cringe. Revenge on Finis. Why would I need to do that?
You were like me. He took your family hostage, didn't he? And after the war was over, he had your family killed, just like mine.
Oh, that was a lie.
What are you talking about? It's an undeniable fact that your family was murdered. I saw their bodies with my own eyes. How could that be a lie?
Pardon my choice of words. They were murdered, yes, but not by Finis. I killed them with my own hand.
What? Why? Why would you do such a thing?
Huh. Fine. Let me expose the trick to you. This is a process I need to go through. Abraham, Finis didn't take your family hostage during the Vampire War 2 years ago. That was all done by me.
What?
And after the war, he wasn't the one who ordered your family's death. That was me, too. And After I left obvious clues behind to guide your hatred of Finis by making you believe that it had been his doing. I had faith in you. I thought you, with your impeccable hatred, would be able to kill him. Basically, you were used by me as my sword and as a pawn. I was the one holding the reins over your dreams of revenge.
When did you start thinking this way?
Since the moment I met you, Abraham von Helsing.
From the very beginning, the object of Van Helsing's revenge had been standing beside him, manipulating everything about him. His agony, his anger, his grief.
You son of a bitch!
A gunshot rings out as Van Helsing roars. But it doesn't come from his gun, though, but from the gun belonging to a soldier standing behind Alistair. Blood oozes from a new gunshot wound in Van Helsing's arm. Van Helsing? Who wants to be a soldier?
Oh.
His voice is dull and lifeless. His eyes reflect only murderous intent.
Are they?
In strength. To tell the truth, I was the one who actually conceived of this method. Powerful soldiers with absolute obedience. Most of the early experiments failed, so I had to use Twilight to clean the mess. But look at them now. I've succeeded in creating envisioned killers who will obey any order I give them.
I'll kill you! I'll kill you, Jimmy!
It's nice to say things, but it's not enough. I need you to hate me with all your heart and your soul.
Alistair laughs as he says this, but it's hard to tell what he's truly thinking.
Abraham, I know you want to vent your anger, but you're not qualified to face me in your current state. I'd like you to be able to handle at least this number of enemies with some grace.
Alistair snaps his fingers, and the soldiers, both in Twilight and regular army uniforms, inch closer and closer around him. They eye us hungrily, like predators observing their prey.
Going to excuse myself for today. Meet me at the Tower Bridge. I shall welcome you, now that you know everything.
Wait!
Well, Abraham, I'm truly looking forward to seeing you again.
Alistair turns his back on us. Van Helsing raises a shotgun, but the soldiers close in, protecting Alistair.
Alistair! Alistair!
Van Helsing's scream sets all of the soldiers to attack him at once. The battle is intense. The soldiers with hidden strength attack furiously. The maddened soldiers fall one after another as Van Helsing strikes them down.
Ah. Ah.
Then everything is silent once more. No one moves aside from Van Helsing and myself. Van Helsing is covered in so much blood it's hard to tell if it's his or the enemy's. Red. So red. An endless stream of red drips from him. Red like Valentine's Day. Hey, we're gonna cut it off for the night.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Hey.
Join us next week for Valentine's in London.
Yeah, next week we're gonna be streaming this again for Valentine's Day for the finale. You guys like the color red? It's so with the holidays.
The most romantic route ever.
I know,
Damn.
it's so romantic. Oh
You know-
god.
You know the best place for the color red?
A children's hospital?
The heart.
Exactly.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a children's hospital. Red is the color of
Oh.
good things.
Oh my god.
But yeah. So we will be streaming this again next week. Same time, same day, only next Tuesday is Valentine's Day. So prepare for the romance. We have one more chapter to go through after we wrap this chapter up. And we will definitely be, like, finishing up next one. So,
Yeah.
yeah, get ready for all the romance you could ever want. Body count.
Feeling it.
The body count, very high. Perfect for romance. You know, it's all great. It's fine. Anyway, let's see who we're gonna raid.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kill.
Kill. Yeah, Matcha, I think you're the only one who knows nothing about this. So how you feeling, buddy?
I have no idea what's going on, but I was surprised that it was Jimmy who was Azov, but it makes sense.
Uh-huh. Correct. Alright,
Damn.
yeah, I know. It's
Oh,
still a
Jimmy.
really well done reveal with Jimmy.
Jimmy, I can't believe you just betrayed me like that.
Jimmy.
I won't let you touch my llama. No, Alistair, you don't think you're not gonna kill your family and his and just say it was finished just to get him angry at him, would you? Yes, exactly that. Oh, you're a monster.
Oh my goodness. We're rating Faria.
Hey.
Faria.
Flower Star Demon Cat.
Yeah, Faria is streaming Dead by Daylight, which I think
Streaming
fits. Because there was a lot of
Yeah.
death here. A lot of death. We're going
Lots
into
of
more
death.
death.
Yeah.
So I think it fits. It's gonna be perfect.
It's after death, technically.
Yeah, so this is what happens to all the soldiers that we just murdered this stream. So
Oh.
it's perfect. This is where they all go. So, yeah, anyway, we'll see you guys next week for more of this. It's going to be the finale for this route. And, yeah, happy
Yeah.
early Valentine's Day, everyone.
Till the weather outside is frightful.
What? I thought you were-
The hearts inside delightful.